Hi, my name is Tony Pickler and I'm the Mission Outreach Director for Resurrection Parish in Green Bay. Welcome to Virtually Sunday, the production of Whatsoever You Do Incorporated. This weekend we celebrate Father's Day, and in the readings we also focus on the body and blood of Jesus. So how to bring these two seemingly incongruous things together? Well, in the second reading from St. Paul's letter to the Corinthians, we have the oldest account of the Last Supper, the institution by Jesus of the Eucharist. It's probably older by decades, most likely, than what we have in the Gospels. I'm guessing you're quite familiar with the words. He took the bread, blessed it, broke it, gave it to his disciples, telling them that this is his body. Then he took the cup and he blessed it and shared it, telling them that the wine was actually his blood. I won't even get into how revolting that must have sounded to the ears of a first century Jewish person living in Israel. But the words that stand out to me are just two. Do this. Do what? Share bread and wine and tell people it's actually our body? I'm guessing I just failed on the weakest link. Or maybe we do the same and believe that it is Jesus' body and blood. That's what the church has been celebrating and teaching for 2,000 years. And it's true. But maybe there's something more. Maybe the this in do this is everything that Jesus did and said. Maybe we're supposed to imitate him in everything, not just when we're huddled around the altar on a Sunday morning. Do this. Bring up children as best we can. Serve our neighbor without distinction. Love deeply, give generously, be compassionate, forgive and be forgiven. Maybe that is closer to the this in do this in memory of me. In the gospel, we have another message that we have heard so many times, we might get a little blurry-eyed and begin to zone out, compiling our shopping list halfway through. It's a story of the multiplication of the loaves and fishes. You know it, right? People are hungry, and Jesus tells the disciples to feed the people. They stare back in astonishment, knowing that they don't have the resources to feed this ornery crowd. So Jesus somehow, and this has always been a really good point of discussion, the how, feeds the 5,000 plus people. And there was even food left over, probably being packed up and brought to the nearest homeless shelter. But again, because the story is so familiar, we need to dig a little deeper, look a little closer to get some new meanings for today. And for me, the phrase that jumps out anew is, they all ate and were satisfied. Satisfied. They had enough. They didn't look over at the Joneses on the blanket next to them and complain that the Joneses received more than they did. Nope, they had enough. A sense of abundance instead of a sense of scarcity. And they were grateful. Jesus had fed them and they were satisfied. Jesus feeds us today as well. Are we satisfied? Or do we live in an existence of scarcity, fighting for that one last dollar in a salary, that bigger car than the folks next door, the title in our job that puts us over and above the rest? It seems to me that a challenge for us today, especially in this 21st century where there's so many resources available, but not necessarily provided equally to all, is to see this world as one of abundance, of enough. And then it seems that the challenge is to raise the next generations, our children and other people's children, to have the same sense of being satisfied. And out of this sense of abundance, to share with them a deep sense of generosity and service to the dear neighbor. Fathers and mothers and all of us have the same challenge today, to model a sense of gratitude and share that with our children. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there and those who are father figures to anyone in your lives. Peace be with you.